Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and thank you so much for joining me on another episode of The Media Booth, where we sit down and talk as if we're a part of a media team together, and we just talk about those things that need to be said, but a lot of people don't talk about it. And hey, I hope to be that person to be able to boldly talk about this stuff so that you know that you are not alone in having those same type of feelings. And you saw the episode title, Dare to Be Different. This is something that I struggle with continually because, hey, I don't like being alone. I like to have people to talk to, associate with, but sometimes when you're on this calling from media ministry and just doing something completely different that a lot of ministries are not doing this to venture out into this, it was kind of scary. You didn't get a lot of people, because I've heard a lot from y'all. You didn't get a lot of support in doing this. And you literally had to boldly step out and do the opposite of everybody. Like, I still experience this now, that the mindset of what it takes to be in media is opposite of what most people would really think. Like, I was in Haverton, Pennsylvania this past weekend and helping out a ministry, and I don't do what typical people do. They were asking about some help with their church website. And what I did is, hey, to answer your question, let me ask you a question. I brought up the Tesla website, tesla.com. And I said, who is this website made for? Now, before you answer, I own a Tesla. So again, if I go to this website, the very front page, who is it for? Oh, it's for, the members and blah, 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 blah. I said, all right, let me rephrase this. Going to Tesla's website, I already own the car. What is on this front page that benefits me? And I had to go all the way over to the upper right and go to the account login. That's for me. Everything else is for people that want information on the Tesla, who don't know anything about it. They're researching it. And that's the same mindset that is completely opposite that most people would tell you when it comes to the website. So again, your church website, just talking about being different, it's not meant for your congregation. It's meant for people who want to know about your ministry, who don't know anything about you. That's what 90% of the website is for. And the 10% is for the members who want to know what the announcements are for the week, what events, what registrations, the church calendar. That's it. It's for the front face. And look at any product that you buy. The website that talks about the product is for people to get information about the product who don't know it, not the people who do. So I say all that to say I went on a tangent of you have to dare to be different. Again, if I talk to anybody else, most of the time they would have said the exact opposite. And you have to be strong in your convictions when you know that you've been called. I was really thinking about calling this something different, this podcast, but because this is a statement that I've said about myself and a bunch of other people who do what we do. And it actually doesn't matter in ministry in general. When God called you. He didn't call a conference call. He didn't bring multiple people to confer to make sure that the body in the group is in agreement before you move forward with the calling he gave you. So I say that to say that when I stepped out and I had assurance that I know that this is what I was doing, I didn't go and get approval from other men, other women, to make sure they were in agreement what I felt that God told me to do. So how does this talk about dare to be different? You're going to go through situations in media ministry that the masses, the church, that traditionally do certain things a certain way, are not going to like what you do. They're going to be against you. Hopefully it won't be, violence or nothing like that. But a lot of people hate change. Even though change is inevitable, most people fight it. They want stuff to stay the same. But I'm daring you to be different. Be the one that's willing to step outside the box and think outside of the group think. Because the reason why you're called is for the same purpose, to get people out of that line of thinking. You really think that y'all are interested just because you're interested? in media and the stuff that I do on my channel and any similar channels like this, you really think that's just of interest? No, you were called for that. There was a special mix up, not mix up, but there was in the mix of when you were made, God put that desire in you. Again, I'm 5'5". I have no desire to be a basketball player, football player, anything like that. So God didn't give me a desire to want to pursue those type of things. My desires were computers, drones, video games, computers. That is what I stick to. And I've had a lot of people that never understood that. When I grew up, I didn't go out and do all the stuff. Most of the time, I stayed at home playing on my Nintendo, and I played with my Lego blocks. That's what I did. I didn't have any desire at that time to go run the streets and chase girls and all this other stuff like that. Yeah, I had girlfriends, but I mean, that wasn't my focus. This is what I did. That was my desire. The things I did. Loved music, loved computers, loved video games, loved building stuff, loved being creative. That was my thing. So why in the world would I pursue or try to explain to other people why I'm not doing what everybody else is doing? I dared to be different. And I say that's the same way with you. So if you have any type of inclination, any thought when it comes to media of it, you want to try this. Hey, you want to use TikTok for this. You want to go Instagram for this. You want to use shorts for this. You want to do this. As long as it is not derogatory to your ministry, that daringness, that being on the edge is what's needed. No one ever forged anything new with popular public opinion, everybody being supportive of that. It was always somebody that stepped out of the norm, that stepped off the common path to discover a new path. That's what it's all about. So I don't know how this resonates with you, but this is, I mean, maybe this is mainly just for me, that a lot of times I'm going out in paths that no one has ever thought of. No one was thinking about, when I was doing this back in 2012, 2010 and 2011, about, hey, let's see if we can live stream. Let's do this. Let's see if we can mimic as cheap as possible what people are doing on TV. Let's actually do an interview session inside of our church to interview different members who aren't prominently in certain positions. You know, no one was thinking about that, and it was weird. No one was thinking about, hey, why don't we shoot video announcements just like a TV show, like the news? Why don't we do something like that? That was never done before. No, we always have somebody that stands up at the podium and just rambles on and just talks and just drains the soul out of everybody talking about announcements. Again, the imagination, the thoughts that were given to you, those were given to you by God. They weren't given to a group, they were given to you. So in those moments, don't miss out on the blessing that was given to you, showing you insight on some things that was never shown to anybody else. Think about it. God gave Noah, one person, the plans for the ark. God gave Moses one plan for freeing the children of Israel. You know, that you didn't think that they had to dare to be different? Think about Moses and Noah. Think about Noah. There was no rain at that point in time. There was still a mist that came up and just watered all the plants. To tell everybody I'm building a ship because it's going to be so much water that everything is going to die. Do you think how crazy everybody thought he was? But he dared to be different. So how crazy is that thought that was given to you about where you want to move your ministry forward, your personal ministry? What is your calling on your life? Are you more concerned that everybody around you can understand it? Or are you willing to accept that, man, this was a blessing that was given to me? Not anybody else, but was given to me. So I'm a dare to be different and believe that this was a mistake. I didn't have bad sushi. I didn't eat nothing bad that upset my stomach, that had me think crazy. But the thoughts and the ideas that pop in your head were given to you. So I challenge you, be different. Hey, that idea that pops in your head can change the entire trajectory of your ministry and put it on the map to reach thousands of more people than you ever could just doing the same thing. You really think all of us are at our ministry just to be a bunch of drones? No, God brings people together with different talents and abilities so that that the group becomes greater than the individuals by itself. That's what we always talk about, that a shieldsman makes a horrible spearsman. A spearsman makes a horrible swordsman. All of those things combined make it great. Not being in compliance and being able to fit in with everybody and doing the same thing it is. Everybody was given a unique talent and ability, and you just have to dare to be different. It doesn't matter if anybody else doesn't do exactly what you do. They're not supposed to. Be unique. Be uniquely you. And all the gifts, all the talents, the mission, everything, the visions, everything was given to you for a reason. And it's all about if you're going to act on it. Don't get distracted and be concerned about fitting in. Dare to be different. There's a reason why you got that idea, why this bothers you the way it does, why you're so interested in doing this and putting this stuff together. And there's a reason, because you were called for that. In your ministry, your local ministry, in your city, your state, your country, your continent, this world needs that. So again, don't fit in. Dare to be different. Let me know. What is that? Is there anything that you have an idea about that you're kind of concerned about? Man, nobody else is. Why am I the only one thinking about this? Hey, leave it down below. Don't want to steal your ideas, but again, this is meant as a community for us to uplift each other. So play nice in the comments, and also check out the Facebook group if you want to share stuff like this. We're all about uplifting each other, because your idea wasn't given to me, but your idea may bless me and help me move my ministry forward, which moves all of our ministries forward. So anyway, folks, I hope that resonated with you. Thank you for stopping by the media booth, and we'll be catching you on the next episode. Later, folks.